Light links to the front. Yesterday I ran 2 miles, did 5 pull ups and 20 push ups. I also did none of the report I needed to finish over the weekend. Last night I told myself, here's tomorrow's schedule, Sunday, 8 to 10 a.m., coffee and report writing. 10 a.m., call dad back. 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., house cleaning. Around 8:45 this morning, Lauren said, "Babe, are you going to get up? It's like 9 a.m." I thought to myself, fuck. I did put the task I least wanted to do first thing in the morning. And now I am surprised that I didn't wake up, jump from my bed, and start typing. What? Why? Come on, John. Sleeping is your most preferred avoidance activity. The link that replaces all doing links. And you thought it would be an excellent plan to go from sleeping to report writing? Talk about objects staying at rest. So I finally get up just after 9 a.m., walk into the kitchen where Lauren has been cleaning for at least 2 hours. She glares at me. I say, "Is there a problem?" "No," she says and adds nothing else. We sidestep each other for a few minutes while I wait for the coffee to brew. "I just don't understand why you can't set a goal and do it," Lauren says to me as if I'm some puppy she pities. Like a puppy that spills a water bowl every time it steps in it to lap up water. Only I'm the adult version of this dog still stepping on my own water bowls. I grab my coffee and I think to myself, as if I were speaking to Lauren, one day you will not do the thing you said you were going to do, and I'll be there to remind you. But it was so easy to do. Then I will say, I'm just disappointed, I guess. I mean, you gave me a hard time not doing my stuff that one morning 15 years ago, and here you are not doing. I mean, if it's not sports stars and moms, who are we supposed to tell our kids to look up to? Such a positive daydream to think about as I head back to my room to work on my report. I sit at my desk and think, I will work on this report all day and night because, babe, you are right. I'm an adult, and adults work all day and night, even on a Sunday. We do not hang out watching TV and laughing with our lovers. Nope, we do not do that. And for the next 12 hours, I will be working. That is the adult thing to do. That and act like a complete baby because my girlfriend didn't hand me a cup of coffee when I woke up late and say, I hope you have a great Sunday, and if there's anything I can do to help you get started, please let me know. Yep, I'm still pouting. But at least I'm about to start my report. I just had to add this bit to the book real quick like. About 10:30 a.m., as I've slowly built up some report writing momentum, Lauren walked in and said, I'm going to tell that lady she can come by and see the house today. Babe, do whatever you think. I'm working here, I said confidently, like a super confident asshole. Are you mad? She asked. Nope, I need to work, babe. You know? Again, I responded like a teenager, like a super asshole teenager. Don't be mad, she said softly as she slowly stood up and cowered out of the room. Nice job, fuckface. Not only can you not wake up and work like a normal adult, but you can, with precision, make the one person who is the best human in your world feel like shit. Guess I need to finish my report now. I can't go around being an asshole on a Sunday for no good reason. It's now 12 p.m. Lauren has come in twice to ask that I not be mad. Each time I am still all business. No hugs, no reconciliation. Today is a work day. This is my office. 9:30ish to 5. I hate to say it, but it is working. I am working. I just had to get the ball rolling. Zero fucks John is getting after it while simultaneously fucking up his relationship and weekend with his everything partner. God damn it. There is never a middle ground. It's the same old pattern. Run a 50-miler, then sit on your ass for 6 months. What's that you say? Am I lazy? Watch this. I will work without food or sleep or hugs or water until this damn report and every other damn report in the entire universe has been finished. The monkey just tripled in size, and now I will murder him with my own goddamn hands. Yeah, this is healthy. Outstanding work, John. Update. I worked until 2 p.m., then Lauren and I hugged and made up. And get your mind out of the shower. We weren't toothbrushing. I resumed not getting anything else done for the rest of the day. It is Sunday after all. I would call 4-ish hours of work and being back in the good graces of my lover a complete success. Maybe now it is a success, but it was a complete failure. The failure was due to a poor setup. It's not uncommon to set up something I think will be easy for my future self, which is an undeniable struggle for my present self. Premac and momentum. There are two principles in behavior science that are useful when thinking about building chains: the Premac principle and behavioral momentum. I utilized neither of these principles when I created my schedule for today. The Premac principle, known as Grandma's Law, is what Gma said. You can't have your dessert until you finish your dinner, stating, get your work done, then you can enjoy a break. You see, most of us can be convinced it's a good idea to work when we know there's a break coming. This is how we were trained growing up. The Premac principle pretty much teaches us to wait, accept not getting what we want in the moment, and it teaches us not to embarrass our parents out in public. These are the important things we all need to survive in a postmodern global society while interacting on social media. On the other hand, behavioral momentum is less like an algorithm coded into us and more like a natural law of behavior. Think of Newton's laws of physics. An object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest. The metaphor of behavior building momentum was taken from these laws. Some behaviors are a challenge to get going. Others are very resistant to stopping. Lauren's running behavior has built up a good deal of momentum over the years, and it's not easy to stop. On the other hand, my running behavior has mostly been at rest, and it's not easy to get going. When Lauren's running seems as if it has come to a stop, it's more like a boulder rolling downhill and then coming upon a slight uphill. The boulder slows, but its momentum will eventually get it over the hump, racing downhill. When it is in motion, my running behavior is more akin to pushing a boulder over the edge of a 10-foot half pipe, unaware that the other side of the half pipe is 100 feet of incline. I'm pushed over the edge, I shoot down the 10-foot side. However, my momentum is not enough to get over the 100-foot side. The lack of momentum slows my boulder butt back until eventually complete rest. This is lazy. The people we call lazy suffer from a lack of behavioral momentum regarding the behaviors we want them to admit. The non-lazy people can be convinced it's a good idea to start working. Many times, they just need to be given a break or a high five or some attention. Or working is like play for them. But these people are easy to get going. They have been coded with grandma's algorithm. Most of us non-doers are already on break. And we're certainly not going to break to work. If we start off breaking, we keep on breaking. It's like saying that because you did not have one of those hard-working grandmothers from the Depression era to train you on the dessert after dinner code, when someone tells you that you need to work to earn your break, you tantrum and you never get it done. Wah! But I can already break without working. Wah! So you are at rest, and you want to stay at rest. Even the slightest bit of resistance after doing anything, and you shut down. My grandmother did live through the Great Depression. She worked in cotton fields and made the clothes she wore. You think she would have instilled this work to break algorithm into my early, bolder, resting self. She did not. She did teach me how to help other people, which is probably more meaningful than doing reports. After preschool, when I went to my grandmother's house, she would turn on the cartoons and make us s'mores. You're thinking correctly. Everyday s'mores? A lot of breaking. I think they call this privilege in the modern vernacular. Like if I was in that marshmallow experiment as a kid and the scientist dude handed me a marshmallow and said, "Here, kid, you can eat this one, or you can have 2 marshmallows in 5 minutes. Take your pick." I'd be like, "I'll take the third option, Mr. Wizard. 2 now, with peanut butter and graham crackers. And please heat it in the microwave right up until the marshmallows explode." If you're raising a kid today, use the Premack principle for everything, except for nurture, of course. Please nurture your children frequently and for no reason at all. When picking up takeout, say, "Not in the car, kids. Wait until you get home." Or right after school, tell your child, "As soon as you get your homework done, you and Sharon can play video games together." However, if you miss this window with your kids early in their lives, you should probably go the behavioral momentum route. Do anything you can to get their behavior going, and then keep it going. A little today, a bit more tomorrow, some this month, a few more next month. Get it moving with tons of support. Keep it moving with a little less support. Here's how my morning plan failed. Keep in mind, my grandmother's law was, here are your cartoons and s'mores for free. I started the day off with an effortful task, such as writing a report on a Sunday morning. It was a terrible idea. No first, then, no momentum. It would have been much better to start my morning by making the task simple and attainable. 10 minutes of report writing in the morning, 30 at lunch, an hour before dinner. Or maybe I could have built a 10-minute link every morning, including this morning. 1 week of 10-minute links would include just over an hour of report writing, which is more than an hour of report writing that occurred this week. Here's another way to think of setting up your future selves for success. Bowling versus FIFA soccer on the PlayStation. If you tried bowling as a young kid, you likely had those big bumper things in the gutters. The bumpers prevented us from failing, errorless learning. You can throw the bowling ball anywhere in the lane, and it will hit some pins. However, one day the bumpers were there, the next they were gone. As a result of failing to fade out our bowling support properly, most of us are still terrible bowlers. In contrast, I turn on the PlayStation to play some FIFA soccer. I start in a similar fashion to bowling. It's a virtual version of bumpers, and it is damn near impossible to fail. Then the game throws in short, simple, fun training tasks. As my virtual player improves in the game gets a little more complicated. I started playing this game for the first time a few weeks back, and without feeling like I was learning, almost effortlessly. I went from schmo to pro in a couple weeks. If I had an unlimited supply of money, I would have these FIFA game designers build educational games for children. All learning should be this way, effortless, errorless, learning like it is play. Unfortunately, most of what we learn is through bumper bowling methods. Generation Xers like to claim we learned how to swim using a sink or swim approach. Cool Uncle Rick just threw me in the river and said good luck. We like to remember it this way, but it's much more likely Uncle Rick or our parents taught us using some form of the bumper bowling method. It's no different from my reports. One day there were supports, the next day they were gone. As a result, my reports continue to be shit. Not only are they shit, but the process of report writing feels way too effortful to want to learn. It's more akin to video games in the early 90s. Here, kid, you have 3 lives. It matters not how far you get in the game, but when you die that third death, you're gonna have to start over. Want to know why we were not addicted to video games back then? It's not because the outdoors were more enjoyable than Metroid. It's because we played for 2 hours only to have to start the entire game over. This is what report writing is like for me. This is what school is like for most kids in America. They do not need a curriculum via iPads. They need more supports that will gradually be faded out, all wrapped up in a large reinforcement bow. They need school the FIFA PlayStation way. Okay, let's get something correct that I said earlier. Forget the children. They will never learn. If I had an endless supply of money, I would have the PlayStation peeps build a game that teaches me how to write reports in a fun way. A way that I go from schmo to pro in report writing in a couple weeks. Unfortunately, I do not have an endless supply of money. So it'll have to be the behavioral momentum route for me, likely from here on out. Review. If we want to accomplish stuff, we should build chains. Building chains might not be a skill we possess, so we should start by linking our chains to the accomplished doers' chains. We should systematically transfer the control from the others' chains to our environmental cues. We should incorporate Grandma's Law or behavioral momentum to help us get our chains off the ground, or get to know a FIFA game designer and have them design our lives for us.